Thank you so much. I think for further reading, those that think debates are not important should ask those that run away from debates. Why do they run away from debates? If they were not important, people will not run away from debates. They know that the debates will show them in very terrible light. That's why they run away from debates. That's why they run away from interviews. And that's why they don't come on platforms like this. That's just it. So that's why they run away, pure and simple. I mean, we know what a debate does. We know how a debate swayed Kennedy and Nixon and one of the first televised debates in America in the 60s. We know what that debate done. We even know the role of a debate in Nigeria, 1993. Abiola and Bashir Tofa. We know what that debate did in consolidating Abiola's candidature that year. It was a debate. So the times debate mattered in this country. It was after the debate a lot of Nigerians felt it was Abiola that Tofa couldn't match him. So we know. But
absolutely right.
I want to just ask this. Can we also codify electoral debates as part of the electoral season? I can't remotely fact check, but
sorry, come again.
Can we also codify in the electoral law the role and the mandatory nature of debates? I will fact check myself after, but I think in countries like South Korea, the need for a debate is codified. I might be wrong, but I will fact check myself after. But I think I'd stumble on it reading it somewhere. Now, in countries like South Korea, it is codified in the law, the need for electoral debates.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, Rufai, it is actually part of the legend of the politics of South Korea that they were saved by debates. You know, South Korean politics in the early days is very similar to Nigerian politics. Cash and carry, you know, buy votes, big man, stuff like that. And they saw the mess and the consequences. And the Electoral Commission, and that's why I will never stop being angry with INEC. It has failed the Nigerian people again and again and again. In fact, this story was told by Muhammad Jega, Professor Jega, how they went on a visit to South Korea, made the Electoral Commission, and the Electoral Commission said to them that when they then insisted that debates will be central to elections, the money bags ran away. That's how serious people began to govern South Korea. I tell you, I challenged Jega at a public lecture at the NIIA with this question some years ago. And he said to me, you were right, but we've not had ample time or whatever to make that happen in Nigeria. We can't continue to take that cop out. The INEC has a burden, a responsibility to make sure that a debates take place in our country. It has a burden of voter education to make people understand why they are going to the polls. It has the burden of explaining to people why taking money to vote for somebody is a crime. It has the burden, but INEC has consistently failed to execute in the interest of the Nigerian people. This needs to change. If we want to save this country, we need to retool INEC and the fundamental philosophy that governs how that institution operates.